Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I normally do speed get ready with me's, but I just thought for once I'd actually talk you through what it is that I do. So I'm going to do, so I've got my dressing gown, it might need, it's a little bit cold today. I've just picked a few products out that I haven't used in a while and I just thought I would just use them. Basically just, matches on there. I'm just going to move things around. So I just thought that I would use them. I've been trying to minimise my collection a little bit recently, but me being stingy or frugal for the correct term, I refuse to bin them before I've used them. So the two palettes that I picked out to try is the Naked 3 palette. Haven't used this in actual months, and if everyone remembers the Max Cinderella collaboration for the live action Cinderella that they brought out, I don't think I've actually used this since it came out, so we're talking a few years probably more like 5 years. Should probably throw this out, but so I'm just going to start off. I don't use primer on my skin because I find that my skin doesn't enjoy primer. It just settles in, makes everything sink into my pores, so I just don't use it. So what I do use is the very much needed to be replaced. It's the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age, the eye eraser. We all know that sound. This is one of them things that everybody has. I'll just get it under the eyes as it's meant to be there. Drag that down. I've just got a mirror to this side here. Pull that down. Do my nostrils a little bit as well, just so everything blends in. Not sure. Got a little spot coming up, but not quite there yet. We'll just go over the top of it. And then forehead where the fine lines are starting to form. 25, and they're all starting to come in now. Okay, I've got a wet sponge here. This is just one from, I think it was from Primark. You can see there all of my dirty ones, because I am lovely like that. I just like to pile them up and wash them all at once. Okay, and then I think I did a first impressions on this, or like how it reacts and stuff like that. But I have discovered if I don't put it on with a sponge, then it's fine, which is bizarre. So what I grab, if I can see it, I think this is it. This is one of those unicorn brushes that everyone got at one point, just recently being washed. It looks like it's starting to shed a little bit. But if I use a brush with this foundation, I have to use more of the foundation, but it does go on. So I literally just do a pump on each side of my face and just start from there. And it goes on so much better with a brush for me and my skin type, and it just stays and looks so much better. So it's only really my normal places, which is like the redness on my cheeks, maybe a little bit in the centre of my forehead, which I can just do now with stippling rather than blending in. Let's go a little bit more coverage over there. Yeah, that looks better. And I'm just going to go onto the brush, half a pump. And again, I'm just going to stipple this in. I haven't done my moustache in a week or so. Literally just over a week. This is, yeah. This is what real girls go through. Next thing that I've recently bought that I think I haven't really seen a lot of hype on it. New L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. I got mine in porcelain, unfortunately, which I was standing going, I think it was like 320 or 330, and I should have got the 330. But me being me, I thought, no, I'm super pale. I need to go for the absolute lightest thing in the world, and then went, oh damn, shouldn't have gone with that. So I can only use the smallest amount. Even this is probably too much. I do like to make sure I'm right up in there. We'll put quite a bit on in there. That's it. That's all I'll ever put on. And I'm just going to take my sponge and blend that in. And I put that away. Then I go in with the Take What Everyone Loved, the Revolution £4 Keep Conceal and Define. Yeah, trying to get in a place where you can see it, and I've got it in C1, which was the lightest one, and does work quite well for me. Just put it down the centre, down the nose, across the chin. Don't do the Cupid's bow because I've got a moustache at the moment. Now I'll take my brush and blend that in. I don't do it with the sponge because again I'm using it on top of the foundation in a larger area, and I don't want to disturb that. Right, so done foundation, done concealer. Now I'm going to go on to liquid highlighter just because I like to have something there just to keep the light on. So this is the NARS Illuminator. I think the colour is Copacabana. Copacabana, yeah, that one. So I do put a good dot on the back of my hand, warm it up. I've had issues where I haven't warmed up products and had an absolute disaster. So I just get the clean side of the Beauty Blender with the highlighter, squeeze. I always make sure I've squeezed that and then get it down. I can no longer use like a loose powder under my eyes, like they just don't agree with it. So now, I knew I'd removed my brushes somewhere. I was looking at it like this isn't right. I've got a Morphe 438 brush here. Just dab out under those eyes because I'm sure that it's creased a little bit. I always give a couple of minutes for that concealer just to sit and settle. And then I've got, oh, didn't even tell you what it is, the Maybelline Fit Me, the pressed powder. I want the loose one so much. So now just dust that, pat it on at first, and then buff it in. This is the only thing that I can use under my eyes at the moment without them caking up. There's that. It feels a little bit tight at the moment, but I know that my under eyes do tend to come through with a little bit of oil. And then I'm just taking a bigger brush, which this is the Morphe Jeffree Star. This is JS2. Now I'll just dab that in there. I think, like with oily skin, I've got the point where it's better if I put a little bit of powder on, see how it goes, then build up if I need any more. Got the Naked Urban Decay Naked 3 palette and the Cinderella palette. I remember I used to be obsessed with this Naked 3 palette. I'm first going to go in, trying to see which brush I want now. The Morphe 521. And I'm going to go in with the shade Limit. So I'm just getting that right in there. Tap it off, and I'm starting with a transition. Now I did try a little while ago with doing like the P. Louise side of things, where they put the darkest on and then blend the darkness out with light, and I think I managed 1 or 2 looks with it, but it took me hours to do that. So I can do that if I've got like all day to get ready and I want to do something really big and dramatic, then fine. But something like this, I'm quite happy to just do it the old traditional way. You can see I'm literally getting that in there and then just big circular motions to blend that all right out. I do. If you look at my eyes, I have not a lot of space on my lids, like, plus they're hooded slightly. So there's not a lot of space here. Normally I have my eyeliner, totally blanks all of that out. But I have a lot of space from like here to here. So I can blend right up from my crease and it's not too much of an issue. So I'm going to take, what was it called? Quarry. And just go over that, but don't blend as high. I'm pretty sure we all know this by now. Actually, when I've looked on YouTube previously, I haven't found too many like tutorials of people using this. I think it's just because it's not the biggest shade range, so it's not like you can do like the biggest dramatic eye with it. I'm going to go in with something smaller, and I want my MAC 217, and I'm going to go in with, what's it called? Omega, which is a matte. These are both mattes. Go in with Omega, and I'm just going to keep that really tight in my crease just to give it, because I want to keep it mainly pink in there, but I think I just need this little bit of brown just to have that obvious definition there. So now I'm going to put a lid colour on. I don't know what I'm doing. No, I can't really do that. I'm gravitating towards this shimmer. I just think some of these are just too pink or too dark. Like I'm like, they're too pink, they're just going to come up so weird against like the slightly darker. And I think that's too pink, that's obviously gold, then we're getting too dark. Whereas I think if I put this on to begin with, I know it's like, it's very bright, but it's not pink. And I can, if I need to, maybe put a little bit of this in. So I got my favourite brush for doing this, which is it's just one that I got in a glossy box years ago. My Makeup, which is an L312. Still haven't heard of them until this. It's my setting spray, so I just use a Barry M1 at the moment. I generally just go for anything that's like quick and cheap, because all these do for me is just soak up an excess powders for me to then put more powder on top to deal with the oily skin. The mirror on my palette. Get my brush. Get my brush and I just dip it in to both the sides there. Normally take off the excess in the back of my hand and then go into that colour. Trying to keep it at the sides just in case it doesn't agree with the shadow, and then it's only half the shadow. Totally messed up rather than all of it. Right, and I don't carve out. I don't do a concealer carve because I feel like when you're working with a flat, sorry, getting calls from work, not the best time. So I'm now just mixing those two together because I'm quite happy if I take most of the lighter shimmer and then add one little streak of the darker one. Yeah, that's what I was definitely going for. Something that's light enough to catch, but not too light. I've just dipped in my setting spray, taking the excess off, picking up mainly that bright colour because it's a new wet brush. I'm just picking up that lighter colour. A little bit of the darker one, and I start from the outside. And obviously it takes a little bit of tweaking backwards and forwards. But I'm eventually happy with it. So that again, I'll just take a little bit of, always forget what these are called. Omega 217 again. And just make sure all of that is blended so it's not an absolute definite cut crease. So last thing I'm going to do is get a little highlighting brush, which I do actually like to use the Real Techniques compact fan brush. And I'm going to take, because it's not matte, it's more like a satin. It's the colour Strange out of the Naked 2 palette. I'm just going to see what that looks like. Yeah. I don't like a really massively highlighted brow bone. Like it just catch the eye as it goes past and not be quite too much. Just going to fill in the brows now, which I'm just using the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara, and I'm actually using it in chocolate since the top of my hair started getting a lot darker. I've obviously glued it back today. I'm going to use the mirror just so I don't end up with some janky little eyebrows. Do also have a spot here in my eyebrow, which is lovely. You'll have to bear with us on this one because there's no way I'm doing a winged liner without having the biggest mirror ever in my face. And I'm using this is actually, I didn't buy this, I got this gifted in like the box that's like behind me over here. This is the Soap and Glory Super Cat eyeliner. It's actually okay to draw the line with and then fill in with something else because it is so sharp. So I've got them both generally drawn out there. Put that back, and then I'm going to use, got the two NYX liquid eyeliners. One's the matte one, liquid black liner, and matte liquid liner. Just going to go with the normal one today, but the matte is my favourite. But I'm not putting lashes on with this, so I can get away with using this one. Now always when I take it out, just spiral it around the edge there because it leaves a nice tip, like pointed tip around it being like a ball of eyeliner on the end there. So I've kind of gone away from Hoola bronzer at the moment. I feel as though like there's so much room above my head there. Right, that's bad. I've gone away from Hoola because I just bought this again the other day. This is a new packaging to when I originally got it. Oh, but it still smells so much the same. And this is the Bourjois. And it's basically just the chocolate bronzing powder. It's one that smells like chocolate and it's meant to look like a chocolate bar. They knew what they were doing when they brought this back out to me. They knew. I now can't remember what brush I used this with to make it look so damn good the other week. Last week. But I'm just going to get me NARS Eda brush, whichever one you say. Now this is more pigmented than the Hoola bronzer. Just saying. It looks so orange right now, but it just came out looking so good from what last week it did for me anyway. I did have a little bit of fake tan on last week though, so but it's just so much more pigmented. Like I have to literally work with Hoola bronzer to get it to do anything for me anymore. And I just think this just doesn't do that to me. Just doesn't do me dirty. Yes, it looks very orange. Right, so get rid of all the white lines. I am having some technical difficulties. Generally, well, not really technical difficulties, basically students from work keep ringing me. Although they are supposed to leave a voicemail. And they haven't yet. So, every time phone rings, I have to stop the fucking radio and start again. Right. So then, yeah, so Jeffree Star, this is the brush that I put the powder on with, the JS2. And I can just, because I think I always go ham and get on like that with my cheeks, which isn't really the cutest. So I just blend it all down a little bit, like I said, on my forehead where I get quite low down. I can just blend that, and it just makes it all look a little bit better. And then nothing looks as orange anymore. It is a bronze rather than a lot of shit going on. Take that down the neck. Try and minimise the ginormous double chin. But it's good. Okay, so now that that issue is sorted, finally got a voicemail. Let's carry on. Okay, so double chin. Get it to disappear, and I put this one away. Oh! Can you just fucking stay there? Like, this fucking wire's pissing us off now. And I am going to get my hula. Just feel like that. No, it's magnetic. Like, I always feel like something's going to be stuck to it. Right. And then I'm just going to use the brush that it comes with. I do actually use this. And I'm just going to put that on top of there. So I just feel like it blends it all out a little bit better. Yeah. Because this is more of a cooler tone. Then before I put any mascara on and do my under lashes, I'm actually going to take the setting spray, put it on now. I can find the nozzle. And I've just got a little card because I'm not classy enough to have a big fan yet. The colours Limit there, and Luna there. So I've just got a good amount of both of them on, and I'm just going to run that under the eye just to create a little bit of a shadow. Nothing too much. So I'm just going to put mascara on again. I need the mirror so close to me to do this. So highlighter I have got, because now that one's kind of gone. It's still slightly there. I can still see it like in person. Use my Dior, which is busted. Dropped it way too many times. I think this was limited edition, which is the Dior Skin Nude, and this was in Glowing Gardens. Basically that, it did have Dior written across it, but it does not anymore. And I'm going to put this on. I'm going to try this again, which is Jeffree Star's highlighting brush, which is JS4. But I've just not really been able to get into it. It's not like, so I have to like really dig in to feel as though there's like nothing on the brush. I don't know if it's just me that's kind of getting that. I mean, it still comes off fine, but I just feel as I've got to dig into the product just to get anything on there. I mean, the middle two look the same to begin with. This one is Cream Cup and this one is Japanese Maple. So It looks actually so bad on my lips because they're so chapped. And then I've got a MAC lip gloss. Yeah, it is lip gloss. Got so fucking confused there. In Wanting More. Reminds me of the Britney Spears song, Give Me More. Just one last time, don't really do too much. That's it. But yeah, so I just thought, nice little pinker, fresher look than what I normally do. So hopefully you enjoyed. Check out all my other videos and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks.